Three, two, one.
Here we go!
Good day, viewers, and welcome back to yet another edition of We Talk Namibia. I am, of course, Precious Nitonapo, your host and presenter for today's show. And today we're looking forward to an interview with one of the Miss Namibia finalists, Lydia Simon, who is just going to share a little bit of insight on the whole Miss Namibia journey and why she decided to join the competition as well. Then we have a look at our We Recommend video, which is also going to be another interesting one, and not forgetting our We Chill segment, which is going to guide us through the weekend. If you're looking for a few weekend activities, We Chill segment is definitely where it's at and what you should have a look at. But before we get into it, let's first have a look at the news. It's of course time for our We News, and today we discuss Pro Ed as they take the Under-19 Capricorn League win. The Capricorn Group Schools Netball League continued over the past weekend at the Windhoek High School Netball Courts in Windhoek, with the Coastal Visitors Pro Ed Academy emerging as a new favorite in the Under-19 division. My apologies. Pro Ed managed a win against Rehoboth High School, bringing the match to a close with 33 goals in their favor and 9 in favor of their opponents. Newcomers Walvis Bay Gymnasium were unable to manage a victory in the Under-15 division against Gobabas Gymnasium, but put up a strong fight with a score of 22-33 in favor of Gobabas Gymnasium at the final buzzer. In the same age division, Windhoek Gymnasium managed a stellar victory against Keetmanshoop Private School with a final score of 47-9 at the end of the match. As for the big matches, the Windhoek High School Under-17 managed to hold it down against Ella Duplessis Secondary School, taking a victory with a final score of 31-9. The Ella Duplessis Secondary School Under-19 team managed to secure their place in the finals of the Capricorn Group Schools Netball League last year, managing second place in the league with a score of 23-30 against the Windhoek Gymnasium Black Diamonds in the final match. In the same age category, Windhoek Afrikaans Privaat School were also victorious against their eager competitors Keetmanshoop Private School with a closing score of 18-8. The Capricorn Group Schools League will henceforth take a break of nearly 2 months before the league reconvenes on 29th of July. Thereafter, this showcase of Namibian school netball will continue throughout August before the 2-day round of finals concludes on the 26th of August. That does bring us to the end of our news edition, but stay tuned for the rest of the show. Good day, viewers, and welcome back to We Talk. It's of course time for our We Interview segment, and as I've mentioned earlier, I am seated next to the beautiful Lydia Simon, who is of course a Miss Namibia finalist, but there's of course more to that, so let's get her to introduce herself. Lydia, how are you?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
I'm okay. Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into it?
Okay, I obviously have to start with who I am. My name, I'm Lydia Simon. I'm 24. I am a microbiologist, a fashion model, a sportswoman. I've played hockey and I've represented the country, a small business owner, and right now I am a full-time volunteer at a community center called the Community Hope, the Lighthouse Community Hope.
Wow, that's quite impressive to think that, you know, initially I did know that you were a microbiologist, right?
Yes.
But I was very fascinated by that point, but now also hearing that you do sports as well. But let's just go a little bit back to the microbiology part. Can you just tell us a little bit about your qualification and how you got into that?
Okay, initially, you know, I wanted to be a doctor, but I feel like God wanted me in another industry, if I could say that. Yes, I wanted to be a doctor, but however, I ended up being a microbiologist, and I actually loved it. Just seeing all these little things, because microbiology is the study of small things that you can't see with your naked eyes.
Naked eyes, yeah.
That includes bacteria, viruses, protozoa, and fungi, and how these little things have such an effect in our lives. Yes, that's the beauty of microbiology. It affects us in so many ways. Even the water that we drink today,
Yeah.
it's because of microbiologists.
Yeah.
The whole purification system, it's because of us. The cheese, the wine, and
all
all
of
that.
that. I think it's definitely something that we look past and we don't realize how
Yeah.
important it actually is. So I think it's very impressive to find out that we actually have quite a number of microbiologists in our country.
We actually do.
Oh, that's
We
quite
actually
interesting.
do.
But how did a microbiologist end up at Miss Namibia?
So, yes, I do have the logical side where I have to study and go to school, but I also have the creative side, and I needed a space to express my creativity. And most importantly, I have a background in modeling. I did modeling. I started doing modeling 3 years ago. A lot of people ask me, "Oh, when are you going to become a model?" And I thought, no, I wasn't the perfect fit. But then suddenly something just came over me, and I decided, okay, I'm going to do this. With that, I loved fashion. I've always loved fashion, and I needed to find myself in that space. As I mentioned, I needed a place to create myself. I needed a space to express myself creatively. And with microbiology, all I can tell you is with beauty pageants right now, it has changed so much. It's not only about beauty and how you present
Yeah, there's
yourself.
actually a lot more
It's
that
about
goes into it.
it's about wanting to make a change also in many people's lives, especially the little girls and
Yeah.
boys. I don't want to leave the boys out because
Yeah.
they are also important.
Yeah.
Just being a positive influence and role model. So with that, microbiology is challenging. It's so much challenging. You get
imagine.
to pick up really qualities or skills that you can, transferable skills that I can use in pageantry.
Yeah.
For now, because you need to work hard. You need to work. It's extremely challenging. You need to work hard. You need to be resilient because things are not going to work out in your favor.
That's
But you
true.
must be very innovative and be able to solve problems. And that's what I picked up. That's what I got from microbiology that I could transfer in being Miss Namibia.
Wow.
Mm.
I think that was very intense. I
Yeah.
actually didn't think that the story would go all the way back to that, but I've
Yeah.
definitely taken away from that. But so far, how has your journey been in Miss Namibia? How has the Miss Namibia journey been ever since the top 10 was announced and from your entry and so forth?
Yeah. Miss Namibia is very empowering.
Mhm.
Precious, if I tell you now that I used to be a very shy, withdrawn, and introverted child. I never used my voice. I was so
Yeah.
quiet. I was so afraid to speak up.
Yeah.
But with Miss Namibia, I find myself in spaces where I have to speak up.
Yeah.
Right now, I used to think I had a fear of speaking in public.
Speaking in public,
And
yeah.
here I am on TV or like with the wall seeing
Yeah.
and being scrutinized publicly.
Yeah,
Can you
actually.
believe that?
Actually, yeah. So it's a
So-
very difficult space to place yourself.
Exactly, because you have all these fears that, if I say this wrong, if I do this, you're gonna be judged.
Yeah.
But here I am facing my biggest fears, and this is only what Miss Namibia can do for you.
Yeah.
It has helped me grow so much. The ladies are amazing. I've learned so much from them.
each of
I
them,
used to
yeah.
think, okay, I know well enough.
Yeah.
After we went on tour to the south, we
Yeah.
went to Lutherets, we went to Keetmans, and we went to the Fish River Canyon.
Wow.
I thought I was well informed. These girls know. I've learned so much about myself. I've learned so much about other people, and
people.
I'm always just ready to grow, honestly.
Oh, I know you just mentioned the trip to the south, but apart from that, what other journeys have you guys gone on so far?
So far, it's just been that, and we went to the Shark Island in Lutherets. It was a concentration camp, and I've learned so much about history. I used to be very oblivious to it, but now I know that we are because of the people that came before us.
Yeah.
We've learned like the Namibians were resilient, they fought for their freedom, and now here we are sitting here in so much pride, with so much freedom,
Yeah.
and it just really, informed me, and it's important to be informed about all these things.
And your surroundings as well.
Exactly.
No, I definitely agree. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
You did mention that you thought that you were a shy person and that you were very laid back and held back. But I just wanted to tap a little bit more into the challenges that you faced ever since you started this journey.
Ever since I started this journey, for me it was important to remain authentic and be who I am. I'm not the outrageous, I'm not the big personality, but I feel like Miss Namibia has come with so many challenges, both financially, mentally, and physically. Because as I mentioned, that we are putting ourselves out there for public scrutiny. Namibia wants a Miss Namibia, and there's this thing where people want you to be perfect. But you can't be perfect because we're human. We all make mistakes, and they are out to judge you for that. And we have anxiety where our mental health is at toll. Because we have to post on social media and to implement our advocacies and all of that. And not everybody's going to be happy with who you are. So it's important to keep a level head. It's been challenging, honestly. It has been.
Yeah, no, especially when you mentioned that Namibia is looking for a Miss Namibia. That point just made me think of how with as much love as it comes so much hate with it. And you mentioned mental health as well. I can't imagine how it must feel to, be put out on such a big platform, and it's just all of this love that's coming in, but all of this hate that's coming in. It definitely can't be something easy to deal with.
It's not easy. It's not, especially if you can't regulate your emotions, if you can't regulate how you feel and how you think about yourself. This is why it's important to focus on your why. And yes, and I'm always going to speak about having personality and character. Your character is who you are. It's not going to change anytime soon. So, and I always say that your character, your intentions, and your experiences can form a better you, and it will allow you to get into spaces and you can't conform. You can't change, and you're always going to be this person the person that is required. So definitely it's not easy. It's really not easy, but here we are fighting our biggest fears. Going against everything that tells us you don't deserve to be here, you're not allowed to be in this space. Who are you to take up all the space? We are fighting those every single day. But every time you just need to show up and push through. Because this is a duty. Miss Namibia isn't all about the glitz and the glamour. It's a job, and you need to work. You need to take responsibility, and you need to learn how to get over those feelings that stop you from doing what you're supposed to do.
So quite a lot of resilience that is required from our finalists.
Exactly.
I think that's an aspect that we never looked into, but I'm glad we discussed it today. But apart from that, what are you looking forward to? What is I know the journey just started, but is there something that you are really excited for?
Yes, definitely. The main show. Of course. That's the day everybody gets to shine, but it's not only about that. Miss Namibia starts the moment you sign
in.
You sign up, and you have to do everything else. And mostly I am looking forward to implement my advocacy called The Future Starts Today. It's a school dropout recovery program. Because where I come from a community with kids from broken homes. And the community is broken. Kids indulge in alcohol, abuse, drugs, even prostitution. And it was important for me for these kids to have a positive role model. You see, I also come from there. I can say I'm a product of that, but I am not part of the statistics, because I've decided no. The only way that I can get out of this is education. I will always put so much emphasis on the power that education has over one's mind and over one's life. And this is why I feel like a lot of kids drop out of school and they don't know where to go, what to look for, or how to, even if they want to get back into the school system, are they given that opportunity? And I just want to be that bridge and say, listen here, if you want to get back into to school, I'm here, I will help you.
Yeah.
But I need you to be willing. It's all up to you. I can't force you to do this, but I'll definitely make the road easier for you, because nobody can
At
do
least
that for
create a
you.
pathway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think that just answers my next question, which was going to be on how you plan to grow with this opportunity and what you plan on taking away from it. I think that's a very important thing, to plow back to where you're coming from and to dig back to your community. You know,
Yes.
just give back to them. And like you mentioned before, there's a lot of alcohol and drug abuse and, you know, the likes that's happening in our communities. And it's a different thing to actually go back and do something about it once you have established yourself. Let me put it like that. Once you've established yourself, and then it's another thing to actually think. But instead of running away from where I'm coming from or running away from my past, let me build a bridge, as you've nicely mentioned it, build a
Yes.
bridge for them to also just deviate from the standards that they are surrounded.
Yes.
I think that's very interesting.
I'm actually really passionate about empowering young minds and really little kids. As I mentioned before, those kids have no one to look up to. They have no one to look up to, and being that for them means so much for me, because even throughout my life, I had to struggle.
Yeah.
I had so many challenges I had to fight through. But with the power of education and learning about things, I could label my emotions, I could learn about so many concepts, and just putting myself out there, I would put so much emphasis on education, honestly. And by education, I don't mean going to school every day and sitting in a classroom. It's learning something new every day.
Yeah.
It could be art, it could be music, it could be even in marketing, even in business. You're
Yeah.
learning something new. You need to know your work. You need to be well informed.
That's true.
That's the only way you can pave a way for yourself, because being ignorant and thinking that you don't need anything, you have to be you need to have a teachable spirit. That's the
Yeah.
only way you can find yourself in spaces like this.
Yeah.
Honestly, thank you.
No, I definitely agree. But also with that, we have come to the end of our interview. But any final comments from your side, Lydia?
Yes, yes. Can you please vote for me for Miss Public's Choice? My code is LSN, and you vote via message at 33033.
Well, there you guys have it from Lydia Simon herself. Please make sure to reach out to your cell phones and let's vote for our finalist. Our favorites, of course, mine seated next to me, Miss Lydia Simon for Miss Public Choice.
Yes.
But thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for just giving us a little insight on the whole Miss Namibia tour. Also, just sharing with us the different diversities that there are to the whole Miss Namibia campaign, and that it's not actually all glitz and glamour.
And before we leave, I just want to say thank you to Miss Namibia. The team is amazing. They are the most well-rounded people and understanding people that you can work with. And thank you very much for the platform. I know with this platform comes big opportunities, and I hope that I can use those opportunities to better the lives of other people, especially my kids, which I'm very passionate about. Yeah.
Well, thank you to Miss Namibia once again for giving these
Miss Namibia.
beautiful ladies the opportunity to grow within this platform.
Yeah.
But with that, we end of our We Interview segment. Thank you.
Thank you.
To another exciting episode of Pirango Talk.
Jou liefste weer en vertel ook vir julle waar die vis julle moontlik gaan byt.
This week we will be exploring the wonderful establishment that is, of course, Indulgent Spa, a spa and wellness center located in the heart of Windhoek, situated next to Palm Hotel in Windhoek West. So if you're looking to unwind and relax, make sure to make a quick stop right here. But if you're looking to relax, unwind, be it on a Monday or even a Sunday, Indulgent Spa is the place for you, as they operate all throughout the week, giving you services of full body massages, facials, and even waxes. So make sure to stop by Indulgence Spa, located right here in the heart of Windhoek.
Looking for something to keep yourself busy with this weekend? Well, look no further. On Friday at 7, Rian Smith pays tribute to Johnny Cash at the Swakopmund Paintball Centre and Adventure Park. And as from 9, there's loads of music with Love from Angola at the Loft by Pharaohs in the capital. On Saturday at 9 a.m, Call to Purpose presents brunch with Stacey Pinto themed Your Gift Will Make Room at the Village in Windhoek. Other speakers include Zenzi Awases, Lydia Jacobs, Geraldine Kanana, Katrina Mondingi, Colette Rickert, and Emily Nicanor. At 10, there's a great pop-up with fashion, hair and beauty products, arts and crafts, along with performances by DJ Piezo, Lodima, Gloria, Mr. Bengu, and the Yesterday at Palm Tree Park in Windhoek until 4. Also at 10, there's a Potjie Cross competition in support of National Disability Day at the Wanderers Sports Grounds in Pioneers Park. At 6, the F&B Whiskey Festival takes place at the Windhoek Country Club, and at 7, SA's Matthijs Roots performs at the Windhoek Golf Club. If you haven't seen it yet, the exhibition See Me, featuring photography by Herbert Beck, Hiramekuru Rombo, Elmo Boys and Malakaya Matthias takes place at the Project Room until the 24th. Take care!
Well, there you have it, viewers. That brings us to the end of a lovely episode. We, of course, had our interview with our Miss Namibia finalist, Miss Lydia Simon, and not forgetting our We Recommend, which is definitely something that you should have a look at, and then our We Chill edition, that is our guide through the weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, but stay tuned for next week as well. Thank you.
2, 1.